Are you with us?
So Arendia, you Word document. You wake up and you have a burning pain in your chest, and you see your friends sitting around you.
Oh, hello there, bud.
What is so? Um, burning pain in my chest, but I know I have memory of thinking that it's going to be Hetris and then getting stabbed.
No. The last thing you remember is giving Hetris a hug, and then you woke up on the ground.
Okay.
And if you look down, your robe has been opened up, and you can see the wound. It has the tendrils, the veiny black tendrils have spread through your chest a bit, and the wound is seeping black blood.
Would, from what I know about things, would I deduce that I was probably stabbed by an assassin's blade, or?
You haven't dealt with this kind of thing before.
Okay.
Or you might have at some point in your life, but not since you lost your memory.
Okay. I would say, is Hetris there?
No.
Okay. What happened? Where's Hetris?
Oh, she stabbed you there, bud.
She. Oh no. She stabbed me. Is there anything I have a great deal of pain. Is there anything anyone can do for my pain?
You want Squib to kiss it, make it better?
I don't want that.
Squib will.
Why not?
I very much do not want that.
Is Saizen here?
Yeah, technically.
I don't think there is anything anyone can do for my pain, but
Would a cure wounds help you?
I don't know.
I cast cure wounds where the dagger entered his chest.
Okay. Nothing happens.
Lovely.
Did she flee? You said she stabbed me. Where did she go?
She vanished from this plane of existence.
Oh. How am I? How am I still? How did you guys save me?
Magic.
The lovely instruction of these fellows here, we entered your mind or something. You remember what? Why do we have a dream sequence in Irakash all the time? Every time we come here.
They're the masters of it.
We had to enter your mind, and when we fought you.
As Rog said, we participated in a ritual and slew a darker version of you within your mind.
Apparently my past tried to catch up to me. I kind of knew that someone was coming for me, but I didn't think it was going to be her.
It seems you have a lot of secrets. Any other potentially dangerous ones you'd like to share, now that you've been given ample warning?
Well, this one was my burden to bear. Did any of you, did anyone else get harmed when this happened?
Not physically.
Well, I think I need to point out that your friends might be misremembering. Hetris did stab you, but it wasn't her, because she came out of the council chamber with the rest of the small council. And Garik said that she'd been there the whole time, so...
It was somebody who looked like Hetris stabbed you in the chest and then disappeared.
Oh, yes, I remember now. Thank you, Squib.
So
Squib smiles because him is smart.
So it was not Hetris.
We
This
thought
is
it was.
correct.
Some other assassin wanted to kill you.
I thought it was Hetris as well, but that is quite a relief that my own blood was not sent to assassinate me.
I mean, with how many secrets you keep, I wouldn't be surprised.
Is that common?
Drows are full of secrets.
I mean, I had a lot of family, but I mean, none of them tried to kill me.
Well, as you said, apparently it wasn't family. I would like look for the medallion as this conversation was happening.
Okay, it's not on you.
It's not on me, right? Was there? Did you guys see like a piece of jewelry or a skull or something?
The skull spider thingy?
Yeah, it was
Yeah, the assassin took it.
Oh. And then vanished, as you say?
Yeah, after he stabbed you in the chest.
Would you care to tell us what's going on, Arendia? Please, for once.
I forget who. Who? Fuck. I don't take good notes on my own backstory. I was.
Oh shoot! That reminds me. I forgot to take notes last session.
Well, not on the furthering telling of my backstory. I was alerted that I might be in danger from the leaders of where I came from.
What did you do?
And where did you come from?
I came
And where did you go?
from. I'm not Cotton Eye Joe.
But are your leaders, Joe?
I know where I came from. I think I'd have this like readily available. It's a drow sounding city.
Don't even remember your birth city.
Well, I had no memories.
Oh.
When this whole deal started. I'm just holding us up at this point.
Randy, do you need me
Well-
to get your bags so that you can dig out pieces of paper? Maybe you wrote it down.
Well, while you're searching, you do notice that
Resendia. I'm from Resendia. But I'll go on, Ben.
the wound has stopped dripping the black blood and has returned to a more normal crimson color, but the veins are still there. They're just not black anymore. Like the poison has been drawn from the wound. But the side effect of the poison, since you managed to not lose your other half in the dream world, is you permanently suffer 1 level of exhaustion.
Ooh.
I don't know what that means.
You have
You're-
disadvantage on ability checks.
Yep. Rip.
Okay.
If Arendia had died, his unconscious form had died in the dream world, his max spells per day per level would have been reduced by 1 to a minimum of 1.
Ouch.
That would have been way worse.
At each level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so I need to make note that I have permanently 1 level of exhaustion.
If you go into the cogwheel, there's a thing to turn exhaustion levels on. I've got it on because I gain exhaustion from raging.
Gotcha.
Just make sure to keep it under 6.
Or else you die.
Yes,
You
6
hit
is
6,
you die.
Which section is it in? General?
Where is this thing at?
It's on the under general options.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's the far right column.
Yeah.
towards the bottom, it's actually written
It's-
out show
Show
exhaustion
exhaustion
tracking.
tracking. Yep.
Thanks. And oh yeah, okay. So 1. All right, cool.
Just when you
Disadvantage
click
on
the
ability checks. There we
when
go.
you click the long rest button, it will clear that. So just make sure you keep that on.
Oh, okay. All right, so let me write it in my flaws again. Okay, so I will say, as Rog would know better than even Squib, I don't know much of my past, but apparently something happened in it where I was wanted enough for there to be assassins sent after me. Once I think word got to them that I was in the overworld doing things. Once they knew where I was, then I was a target.
I wish you had told us sooner so we might take precaution.
I deemed it as an inevitability, and I was just going to do what good I could for this cause with the time I had. The rulers of Rusenvia are obviously very resourceful.
It's very possible we could have been caught up in the crossfire. I would have rather known sooner. But I am glad to see you are doing better.
I feel like I'm one level of exhausted.
It's better than all levels exhausted.
That is true. So we're in like the glade, right?
Yeah, you're in the Shaman's Grove.
Okay, or the grove, sorry.
Glade Grove, they're interchangeable.
All right, so I know what happened vaguely. They know what happened vaguely. One day soon I'll try and tell you guys what I remember of my childhood, but it's not much. I just know that I ran away, and that clearly wasn't good enough for those in charge. I would be interested to go and talk to the Tehetris. Oh yeah, and when I ran away, the queen. Sorry. Youngest brother and his wife of the queen.
That was your parents.
Yes. I'm the great
Nephew.
regular nephew. I'm the nephew of the queen of Rusenvia, at least when I left.
I take it they really didn't like you leaving.
It would appear not.
So, do you have any idea who put the head out on you? Was it your aunt or someone who dislikes your family in general?
I would imagine that it was my family.
It's quite a family.
Yeah.
Maybe Hetris knows more about the assassin-y stuff. Since your brain knows seem to work goodly.
Yeah, my brain doesn't work good. It's almost like I should write things down more. Let's go see her.
Are you well enough to stand on your own?
I can try. I will try.
Yeah, you can stand up. You just feel tired.
Okay. I won't use this information, but Who told me that assassins were coming for me?
Hetris.
Okay, so we're gonna go and ask the person who told me about it that it was what she knows about it, even though I've definitely already asked her about it.
Okay.
No, I'm saying that to the
Oh.
to the guys. Like, yeah, we're going back to talk to Hetris about the yeah. Okay, this should be fun.
Well, maybe we can ask questions that you may have missed.
Just hoping we learned something.
Other than the fact Squib's smarter than Arindia.
In this particular instance.
Let's see if Hetris tells my friends more about me than I have.
Okay. Urflow's like, he comes over to you, Arendia, and he gives you a small bag, and he's like, if you brew tea with this, it will help dull the pain some, but it will linger forever.
I will take the bag.
Okay.
Can I roll nature check on what's inside or something?
Sure. Yeah, it'd be nature. You have no idea.
Okay. I get disadvantage on that, right? Because this exhaustion thing.
Yeah, plus the 3 was the first number anyway.
Oh yeah. All right.
Normally, I wouldn't take notes on other people's characters and their goings-ons, but I am quickly learning that this is going to become increasingly important.
It's really only for him, to be fair.
See, my character's a bit of a derp, so him forgetting things is common.
It's what your character would do.
Exactly.
Mine has everything written down already.
So you just ask the DM, hey, dude, I wrote this down, right?
Tried that, didn't work.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, if you know, Urflow gives you a clap on the back, Arendia, and you almost fall over.
How far of a walk are we from the council chambers?
Probably most of the day.
Okay. As
The
we're-
Shaman's Grove is on the very outskirts of the town.
All right. Do we want? Hey guys, do we want to go straight back to the council chamber?
Is that where they're going to be at? Hey, you're pretty good at talking to people who are really far away. Why don't you ask where she's at? That way we can just go to her. Instead of wandering around the city like we did with Bart.
But then we can't get into hilarious hijinks in Irikosh.
How far away is the council chambers?
Yeah, but who knows if she's still at the council chambers? We could get there and then find out that she's closer.
Fine, I will send to Hetris
Okay.
and say, are you at the council chambers? We need to talk, and my friends are interested in learning from us what just happened.
The response comes back fairly quickly. Oh my god, you're okay. So worried. I'm currently at the council. We're talking about what to do.
Well, guys, she's at the council chambers for
Perfect.
right now. I suppose I should have asked her how long she's going to be there, but
Time to send another spell.
I'm growing weary. What time is it? What time of day is it?
Probably 2 in the afternoon or so.
All right, I'll do another sending, and I'll.
No, but
That's fine.
okay.
I was being sarcastic, Arendia.
And I will say, we are in the grove, the Shaman's Grove. Will you still be there in the time it would take us to travel back to you?
If not, where would you be?
If not, where would you be? Thanks, Squid. I don't know if that's less than 25 words.
I don't know. I wasn't counting. The response is, yes, we'll be here. There's a tragedy that happened, so we have to plan for this.
Feels like an understatement.
Um, so on the walk back, I think my memory might be jogged a little bit, and I'll explain the events of why I ran away. And can I just do that by copy and pasting, or do you want me to RP it out?
Whatever. If you, I'm sure there will be questions, so it might be better to just RP it.
Okay. So as we're walking, it'll strike me I was groggy, and I've now woken up and exercising my brain back to life. And,
Fresh air has done you good.
And I will explain. Oh, I guess I'm RPing, right? When I don't have many memories, as I said, but I do have a few, and one of them is the day that I left Resenvia, and it was after my 16th birthday. I accidentally murdered my whole class um, with an internal explosion of fire, killing family, friends, and teachers. And so they kind of pushed me away. Um, and Hetris was the only one who tried to stay in my life, and I pushed her away. And one day I finally just ran away, and I don't know if she had been looking for me ever since, or I don't know if my aunt and uncle had been just assumed that I had died out in the wild, and once they heard of a drow named Arendia making noise in the overworld, they had a target. But that was probably why they've put a hit on me. Either that, or it's something else that I don't know. Because as I said, I've very few memories, so there might be something even more important that they might be trying to eliminate me for. But that's the best I got.
I'm sure sharing that was very difficult. Appreciate you sharing it. Your mistakes are no reason to live, to hide, and to live your life in fear. I'm sure it was an accident, as you said. I hope it's an accident. We're not, like, going to just suddenly explode in the middle of the night, right?
Well, I think I have done that, but that I think I was in a room by myself at the time.
I see.
The more time you spend with me, the more you'll realize how chaotic my arcane energy can be. Sometimes unintentionally.
And sometimes intentionally.
And sometimes intentionally.
I can't really judge you for killing people. I killed people who were from my village too, so.
I also distinctly remember a certain kobold robbing us.
I didn't
Or at
rob
least
you.
trying to.
I wasn't going to rob you. The brigands were going to rob you. I was just working with the brigands. It's different.
So you are robbing by extension?
More or less, yeah.
Aiding and abetting? Is that it?
They were going to rob them. I was going to fend them off and then get, a portion, just like, hey, I saved you, give me more money, and then split it with the brigands. But they were ripped apart by something in the woods. It's great.
Yeah. A real shame. The world is much worse off without them in it.
Weren't you guys in a gang called the Vipers? Yeah, that's what I thought.
We were.
I'll have you know, I joined pretty late into that group's lifespan.
A
And from what I can remember, we were never very successful.
a group named after a snake.
It really was quite apt.
And did one of your ex-members try and kill us when we got to Walden?
Oh yes, she's part of the Faceless Ones. Or at least has association with them.
Jesse Von Stillen.
So have any of you not been almost killed by your past?
I have yet to be, but we'll see.
I was about to say my past hasn't reared its ugly head, but then he jingles the fucking rock hanging from his neck. This asshole that they didn't kill is back because they like to do half-ass jobs.
We had some terrible dreams a time ago in our adventures, and it was right before we met Squib, ironically enough. But it seems like he had them as well, and that was actually the last time I can remember either waking up or being awake and exploding and bursting with flame. But it seems like it's a somewhat common occurrence. Not common, but it's happened more than once that I can remember.
You could tell him what triggered it.
The contents of the dream?
You don't have to if you don't want to.
No, I will. Because all that thing. It was we each had 3 dreams, and they were more like nightmares. And my first was that Teldrassil would burn. Funny. And that Maeve would be killed. And all due to us being associated with Darius Arn after the fall of Sevisern. Obviously, some of those things have come to pass, but luckily, it seems like I was able to save her at the very least. So perhaps our dreams are a bit of a premonition, or are premonitions, but maybe they are not fates set in stone.
One of the Squib's first nightmare kind of came true too.
That's
I don't think that we've discussed our dreams that we had with each other, Rog and Squib, but I'm sure that
I
yours.
don't believe Squib discussed his dreams, but he told he told Rog and Arindia like where he came from, but that's about it.
Yeah. So I would imagine they were all as traumatic as mine.
have any yet to come true to Rog and Squib?
None of mine yet.
I mean, my first one kinda the floating down the river, and then the Inquisition shows up. That kind of happened when I first ran into these monkeys.
I'll have you know, I'm an eagle.
You look more like a plucked chicken.
Not wrong.
I know.
Squib used vicious mockery.
I keep thinking
Super effective.
I keep thinking I have silence on this character, and I don't.
My other dreams both featured the Lich King, ironically enough. Considering we've just crossed his path again, but in my dreams that he didn't appear as he did before us in Broken Spirits. He was not.
You mean not a complete douche?
No, wait. What do you mean?
I mean, we came across the Lich, and he wasn't like all crazy and wanting to
Correct.
eat our
Yeah,
souls.
Yeah, right.
It's weird because most magic users are fucking crazy.
He was pretty threatening in both of my my dreams.
Definitely glad most magic users aren't like that fucking wizard. I don't like that wizard. We need to kill him. Can we do that soon?
I assume you're not talking about Orindia.
Wizard. Randy is more of a half-baked wizard.
I am no wizard. I'm a sorcerer.
Ah.
My power comes.
He's a spooky, creepy magic man.
I was imbued with this power.
I was imbued with power too, but mine was a little more fucked up.
It still is.
Well, it hasn't been worse since the wizard put this necklace on me. It's just made me more angry, and I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I don't like
Your anger has been useful.
it. I was angry before, but now it's more of a blind rage.
So, are you on a quest to get the necklace removed?
I mean, it recently got on, and I'd love to have the damn thing removed.
As this wizard you speak of knows how to remove it?
If not, I'd like to remove his head and use it as an ornament.
But yeah, so may not have to ask Hetris all that. Kind of filled in some of those gaps for me. Came across her. We grew up together. We're family. But I still would have some questions to ask. And we also want to help Kirkosh. Either way.
I mean, it sounds good. It's somewhere to start at least.
Yeah, I agree.
I will be very interested. She seems to know more. She obviously remembers the family. I do down there. I'd be interested. She thinks that how's the medallion collected, what that means for me.
You good?
Yeah. No, I'm just my own shit. I resized a window.
Yeah, I hate it when my shits make me swear too.
You guys talk about all this on the way to the council, the council chambers of the Irikosh High High Council, I guess, the small council. You approach, and you see the guards on duty. They recognize at least Arendia and Rog. They nod at you as you enter. This is about 4 or 5 hours later, by the way. So it's 7 or so in the evening, starting to get a little dusky outside.
So are my robes destroyed?
No.
Okay. All right. I would head towards the chamber and see if we can enter and if we're welcome.
Okay. There are another couple guards there, and they hold up their hand and they're like, "Only official council members allowed inside."
We could ask them for us, mayhaps.
Yeah, we can wait if I know I informed Hetris that we were going to be on our way. So at least she is expecting us. I don't know about the whole council.
Let me check. And he goes and opens the door. You guys wait a few minutes, talk amongst yourselves.
So guys, what's I'm kidding.
I'm
He
glad
comes
the
back.
guards were accommodating.
He comes back and he's like, they are wrapping up what they are doing right now, and they will have time to talk to you here in a few moments.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Wonderful
And
indeed.
you wait about 10 minutes, and the door opens, and Larouk is standing there, and he's like, "Ah, my friends!" He comes and claps Rog and Arendia on the shoulder, gives them a hug. He's like, "Squib!" And just like picks him up, gives him this big bear hug.
Squib will return the hug as much as he can. He can't quite get around him, but he's trying.
I would introduce Mordai. Right, this is our new companion guy. He's a pure and valuable asset.
Mordai! And he goes to clasp your forearm in like a forearm handshake, you know.
Yeah, I'll return the handshake. I assume his clasp.
You feel him squeeze your forearm, and you're like,
Ah!
Ow!
It's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
He's like, come, we have much to discuss.
That we do.
And he leads you guys into the small council chamber. What you see is just a simple round table. It's like the round table of Camelot, where there's no head of the table. Everybody in here their voice is considered equal. And you see King Garuk is sitting there in his nice chair. Of course, it's his chair. He wants to be comfortable, but it's not necessarily at the head of the table. You see Hetris, you see Victoria, Arn, and you see Urflow's not there, but you see the other. What's his name? I don't think he were ever introduced, but the other member of the. It's in here somewhere. It's not important.
Orc-man too.
He's got a name. I have it written down. I just got to find it in the.
Talking about Garuk?
No, King Garuk is already.
Oh, or Larouk. I know there's Garuk, Larouk.
Hetris, Victoria, Urflow, and there's one more member of the small council who is in charge of, who is the chosen member of the merchants in town.
Ooh.
The guy
There's
that
two
runs
more
that
actually.
emporium.
There's two that you haven't been introduced to. And Garuk is like, he stands up. He's like, friends, I wish it was under better circumstances that we see each other once again.
As do we. These are troubling times indeed.
Indeed. Though with your friends' help, we have secured one of the airships, destroyed the other at great cost, and driven the Inquisition army from our city.
That's wonderful. They have been driven for Zedge as well.
Ah, yes, that is good news. Perhaps we can rely on the elves to help us in the future.
If all goes according to plan, I think we'll have them occupied in Walden when we eventually leave here, so then you and the elves can certainly cooperate to rebuild.
That is good news.
The elves have been annexed, or Whisper's Edge has been annexed by Fowlerheil.
Ah, the Republic learned of King Miskis's treachery. That is good that they have intervened.
I wanted to make sure that aware, in case there was any complications that would.
It should be no problem. The orcs and the elves have had fairly good relationships as of late. We do a lot of trading with them. They are our closest. They are the closest city to us, so we trade with them a lot.
I am glad to hear. What can we do to help Irikosh?
I'm not entirely sure what this small group of you can do. You have already done so much. We are still digging out survivors from the wreckage, and we will need our masons to reinforce the wall, but other than that, I'm not sure what you all can do to help.
All right, well then, see ya. Kidding.
Do you know how to, do you know how to fly the airship?
Our mechanics are figuring it out as we speak.
Because I was thinking if we took the airship, we might be able to use it to maybe help free the slave mines. Because they said that the Inquisition had a garrison there, and I mean, I'm sure the airship could make light work of them, and then we could free the dwarves there.
That might work.
Possibly, I don't know. Like to interested in so quickly handing off his new toy.
I mean, we could
they
always
are-
send it back.
How much of a hurry are you in? Because our engineers need to figure out how to fly the machine.
I think with helping you and helping the World Tree, I think that's really freed up our hands, hasn't it?
I think so.
Because as far as I was aware, it was the World Tree, Irikosh, and then the Dwarven slave mines were the three main things we really needed to do. I mean, we still have to overthrow the king in Walden, but that's going to take time.
The dwarf
Like-
mine is a step in that direction.
I am also leery of sending the new airship we have recovered close to the city of Walden, because they have one more. And without a supporting force going with you, they could just shoot it down.
I'd hate for them to
True.
get control of it again.
They may function better as a smaller, stealthier unit.
Yeah, there's a lot of Inquisition garrisoned at the Dwarven slave mine, though. From what we heard, it was, 1,000?
20,000.
20,000. I was off by a bit.
I think it was 20,000. Ben looks like it's not 20,000.
It was a lot, I remember.
It was 7 billion.
It's not. It's not a lot.
Oh, it wasn't a lot at the slave mines? I thought there was quite a few.
Maybe around 1,000.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's probably more than we can deal with at the moment.
As
Do we have
bloody as
any?
it would be, I think our best bet would be aiding the dwarves in rebelling.
Yeah, I agree. Do we have any idea how many dwarves are incarcerated there?
We don't.
So you're thinking sneak in, help them use them as quote unquote troops to help us break them free.
That would be the general idea. I think we can discuss more details once he gets there.
We are, aside from Walden, Urkosh might be the closest city to this mine. Know anything about southeast, southern side of that mountain range? Do you know anything about it, or?
I've never been there. I know that's where the king keeps the all the traitors from the war.
That could come in
Though
handy.
it has been 1,000 years, and it is just the descendants of the people who turned against the king.
We might be able to get help from Remy and his group and do a frontal assault. And that way we don't endanger the lives of the dwarves.
I was thinking if we could get the dwarves out of the mines, we might be able to get them down to Fishtown and then have them smuggled out that way. To either go up the river to Deepholm.
That could work.
Sure, Randy.
We would have seen it on a map, though, right?
Yeah, probably.
I'm positive that.
Probably just don't know specifics about it. All that is on the assumption we can even free them. I think we should focus on that first.
This is true.
But that is not a bad idea. The dwarves did say they would welcome them at Deepholm.
So what are we doing?
Squib wants to turn to Hetris and ask
Oh yeah.
what she knows about
A
the
reason we're
assassin,
here.
of the assassination attempt on Arindia.
She kind of looks at you, Squib, and she's just like, "Oh, well, this is hardly the time or place."
Yeah, we can discuss that later. I did have a follow-up question, Garuk. Do you have any scouting parties heading out of town to follow the Inquisition soldiers? I'm concerned they may regroup and reform, and that a counterattack may be an option for them. So I didn't see how decimated their forces were when they left.
He turns to Laruk, and Laruk's like, "Yeah, I sent a couple out after him. Yeah."
It was mostly a matter of curiosity. If you hadn't already, perhaps we could travel with a few of your soldiers a short distance, perhaps catch sight of the Inquisition forces along the way.
Yeah, I sent a couple out. Maybe they haven't gotten very far.
Very well. But yeah, I think our next target is the dwarf slave mines. Seems everything here is under control.
We are. I don't know. I don't remember much of what happened. But I saw who I thought was Hetris, but are all sorry for. I am at least sorry for the loss suffered so far. Certainly, this latest tragedy.
War has casualties. It is sad, but we knew what we were signing on for.
When Miscus is no longer in power, do our best to make.
Well, we appreciate it for sure.
Would
Would you rather
your
be your own country?
Sorry, what did Rog say?
question?
Would you rather be your own country?
Well, we left our own country many years ago and settled here.
Would your people be content just being another village within Boergenth?
It is what we have decided, yes.
King
Right.
of the king just run everything. Just like, here you go, you're now the leader of a country instead of just a city.
I was going to say perhaps with some sort of. We're getting very far ahead of ourselves. Perhaps with some sort of success on our parts, some sort of pact, the orcs could expand their foothold greatly. You're clearly, for us at least, pure of intent. Would your scouting party be startled if they were happened upon by dragons?
Wouldn't anybody be scared shitless if a random dragon showed up?
We were.
They probably wouldn't be very happy, no.
So we shouldn't fly to them, is my question.
Turning into a dragon seems excessive.
Okay.
I may remember what happened last time you did that here.
They
I
know,
remember.
they know me now.
Yeah, but
people
not
in
when
the-
you look like a dragon.
The people in the council know you know. There's a recently devastated population, might be a little more reluctant to see another dragon in their midst.
Anyways. What are we doing, friends? Do we want to see if Petrus wants to talk? If they're if
Well, that is what we came for.
yeah, if council duties have paused or subsided or whatnot, maybe we could go to another chamber and speak.
That works for me.
Squib's fine with that.
Petrus,
Yeah.
would you like to perhaps step into somewhere else?
Our office.
Step into my office.
Have a little chat.
She's like, this is my office. Not anymore.
She glances at the king and he's like, we can adjourn for the evening.
Greatly appreciate.
So she's like, all right, come with me.
I
She
follow.
leads you out of the council chamber and basically to another side room, and she opens the door and it looks like just a pretty simple office. There's only a couple of chairs, so some of you will have to stand. She goes and sits behind the desk and she's like, okay, how can I help?
Should we be worried that the assassin is going to come back to finish off the job that he half-assed did?
Yes.
You know what he took?
Neat.
He took the target.
Which was?
That little skull thingy.
The silver emblem.
Yes, but what was it?
It was the beacon to that said, "This is your target. Kill it."
Yeah, you ever seen The Mandalorian?
That doesn't make sense. Why would Arendia have the own beacon for his own assassination?
Because he's like me and not smart enough to get rid of the obviously cursed object.
I couldn't get rid of it. Tried.
Or that as well.
So you knowingly had this and you didn't tell us.
Yep.
Yes, we've already been over this. Yes, he knew there was an assassin coming for him.
Yeah, but we didn't know that it was the emblem that they were tracking.
Rog does make a good point. Not to continue to rub it in Arendia. But
What's done is done. But
Is there any way to, other than having Arandia die, is there any other way to get them to, fuck off?
Maybe if you were to find the people responsible for calling for his assassination.
we'd have to find and kill another king?
No.
Clears a bounty.
It
I
would,
thought it was the king who was
It would- it
at
would've-
least the royal family.
it would have been
Who
our,
would want Arandia dead? I mean,
I was
he's
under the
just kind of a ding dong.
I thought it was implied by Arendia that it was the royal family who was out to kill him.
I don't see why that would be the case.
Can you think of anyone who might want him dead?
She glances at Arendia and just kind of like meets your eye, like, how much do you want me to tell them?
they know about the accident.
Yeah, he told us that he accidentally exploded a bunch of people.
How elegant.
They don't know all of the names, but they know the action. And I just assumed when my past caught up to me that it would be the royals that were looking for me because of my actions and my defection.
The more you can tell us to help keep Arendia safe and ourselves safe, the more helpful we can be.
I honestly don't think the queen cares enough about Arendia, but it might be the Bamoria family.
Who are they?
That was no. Which one died?
Yusuf died.
It was-
Jarius was the one that you were teenage lovers with.
Right, romantically involved with, and her brother died.
Her twin brother, yeah.
Yeah. It was a childhood classmate that perished in the accident.
So, the sister might have put the hit out on you?
Or the parents. I suppose. Since I found out, I just assumed that it was my family that wanted.
Well, I mean, the longer I know you, the more I understand why. I squibble giggle at his own little joke.
In a more serious note, it's possible they think you are dead, assuming you don't have any other cursed objects on you that you can't talk about.
The squib.
None of us can get rid of him.
Squib is a cursed object.
Hey, I've got that book still.
Don't talk about it
I don't think I have any.
openly like this, please.
Pretty sure that it was just that stupid skull.
Squib, hush. The adults are talking.
But
True.
did I tell Hetris initially when I remembered getting it? When I remembered noticing that I had it? Do you remember? Ben?
Yep.
Okay, I did. So I'll tell them the same. That I haven't had it forever. I somebody slipped it on me during the fleeing from Boergenth, the deep home.
Why wouldn't they have just stabbed you right then?
Don't.
Assassins are weird.
God, what's the other thing that I?
Perhaps there were too many witnesses at the time. You said you were escaping. Was it amidst a crowd?
Yeah, of tens of thousands.
That didn't seem to stop this one. He did right in front of us.
But
It's true.
it was around the time. It was around a time when we were actively talking to the small council of Boergenth. But I don't know exactly when. It may have been while we were specifically to them during the escape. Which would have been, I don't know who's still alive. Locke Gren, Lilith Smallflower, Vincent Collins, Paris Dumont.
He's not a member of the small council.
That's somebody from Aldenmore.
Daughter of the governor.
Daughter of the governor, Aldenmore.
Rip Taldenworth.
Rip Talden.
Ragnar was one of the.
Oh, Ragnar was there as well?
Yeah, because he was the dwarf representative.
Yeah. So I mean, I've had it on me for some time, but not since the beginning. So it was only once we had started doing things, once we had started meeting people that that whoever wanted me dead became aware that I was alive. But as Mordai says, they've collected the medallion. They've stabbed me. Perhaps they think that I'm dead now, and might be best to not be so public about who I am.
Could go with the whole new name.
Strangers. Yeah, maybe.
Lady Hetris, do you think it's feasible so we could keep Rindy's identity secret, or his survival a secret moving forward?
There are steps you could take that would help, yeah. Changing his name would be one of them.
Could we perhaps tell King Garuk, or ask King Garuk to...
Publicly announce his death?
Yeah.
Maybe see if King Garuk has a head of disguise.
Oh, there was that magic shop we could visit too to see if they have something like that. Although I won't go in, but...
Friends, as you may have noticed, I pretty much willingly accepted this fate. I don't know how
We will
much.
not let you accept it a second time.
We're not allowing you to accept it.
We're going to postpone it until you die an old man.
Going to be a couple centuries. That's the case.
Or until this crystal makes me hack you all up in your sleep. Whichever one comes first.
I would be fine with a public announcement of my perishment, but I will not be going so far as disguising myself or changing my name to those who are close.
That seems a bit silly.
But you at least introduce yourself as someone else to strangers.
That I can agree with.
That works.
At least until we can get this whole assassination business sorted out. I still think the slave mines take precedence over
So we'll
this.
go play with the dwarven slave mines, then we'll deal with the assassination attempts on Arindia, and then we'll go look into kicking the dark wizard in the head a few 100,000 times.
And then we'll overthrow the government.
And
Oh,
then you'll
save
deal
on-
with the demon lord that has invaded the realm. Yeah.
And then we'll deal with the vengeance of Duravo and his friends. And then we'll...
I mean, I don't see Travo caring much for vengeance at the moment. I think he's just probably, like he said, he never wants us to talk to him again.
I am okay with that.
Rather sad.
Or to save on travel expenses, we'll poison Arindia with this.
Feel the power grow.
Oh, I feel it.
Does Hetris have any reaction when the slave mines are mentioned as our next target?
Make an insight check. No. That level 1 of exhaustion's gonna be a bitch.
I hope that tea does something for you.
Random off-topic question, Hetris. Do you know how to take this off? He's gonna hold up his necklace, yanking on the damn thing because he hates it.
He's like, to take it off?
Yeah, I tried that.
Have you tried removing your head?
The thoughts crossed my mind.
It's a cursed necklace.
It's also a chaos
Uh,
crystal.
I slap
That,
Squib.
that makes me want to murder everything.
She's like, okay.
Please do not repeat that information to anyone ever.
The fact that it's cursed or the fact that it's a chaos
Okay.
crystal?
Yes.
My apologies for the inconvenience that we've all caused with with the greater things that are happening in your city.
Okay.
Okay.
I guess with that we shall take our leave. Thank you for your time, Lady Atris.
I open the door and leave, and I take Squib with me.
Okay.
By the ear.
She's like,
As we're leaving, I'm gonna. Do you know of any inns nearby?
We'll find an inn on our own, thank you.
she's
would-
like, Arendia, you could do some other things, like dye your hair. And like you said, introduce yourself as a different name. Just simple things, because there are drow out in the
Colored
world, but
green is great.
they know who you are.
Yeah, we made too much noise up here.
Too bad I don't have any more masks he can wear.
Nope, Squib, we're all leaving.
You guys are already out the door.
Yeah.
I was like, I would have followed him out.
Yeah. I
Rog
would
already dragged your ass out. I know you could resist him and not let him do that, but
He probably win too.
go and say good luck with the. If everyone else is gone, I would say good luck with covering this. Glad that we could help. Kind of, we're here in time. Hopefully everything goes to plan for the rest of our journeys. If you don't hear from me, then try not to think the worst, and I'll give her a hug or go in to give her a hug, tentatively.
yeah, she gives you a hug.
I will hobble out on my staff.
Randy, if I didn't know any better, you look century older already.
Yeah, I'm not feeling so great. But I'm here. Do we want to try and bother King Garuk with making a public announcement of my death, or I feel like that's going to be a minor. He just had thousands of his people die.
Add your name to a list somewhere, some memorial.
Yeah,
Who
Yeah.
knows?
let's we can at least ask. If he asks why, someone else speak for me.
I mean, we could always tell him to ask Hetris. They seem to be close.
Tell who?
Squib
Tell
will
me
giggle
to
at
ask
his.
Hetris?
No, tell Garuk to ask Hetris for more details if he needs them. Because they seem to be close.
Why, why would we? I'm gonna head straight back into the small chamber if I'm allowed.
Okay. The guards are like, they don't stop you, but there's nobody in there.
Oh, there's no one in there. Okay. All right. Well, I'll walk back out. He's not. They're not. They're not here, guys.
Gods, has Garuk retired to his chambers, or is he still in a public venue somewhere?
I believe he went home.
Then we may have to talk to him in some morning.
Send him another message. Shoot him a text.
After
Or-
I rest. After I rest.
We could talk to him in the morning.
Send an M mail.
After I rest.
Squid, let's go find an inn.
We better hope we don't come
I
across
like
any
that
brigands
idea.
in the city, or else I am arcanely screwed.
Now, the real question is, do any of the three players who've already played remember the name of the inn you stayed at last time?
Yeah, it's
I was
like,
just about to say the Broken Spirits, but that's in
Oh.
Walden. Ready to smash or something.
yeah. Prepare to smash.
Something with prepare to smash.
Yes, prepare to smash.
Yeah.
Where the
Dibs on playing as Kirby.
yeah, where
Fuck
Well,
off, Kirby's OP.
there are definitely combats. There is definitely combat for currency. Prepare to smash. Maybe not this evening.
And not for me.
I think a stiff drink and a soft bed sounds amazing.
We would remember how to get to prepare to smash, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we could always ask a guard just to double check. If not,
Let's go get lost first and then talk to the guards.
We would remember where it would be, right?
Go to prepare to smash.
Okay.
Friends.
Yeah, you guys travel through the city. You garnish some strange looks because a group of non-orcs are just kind of
We're just chilling.
it's kind of strange. Yeah, and you reach the outside of prepare to smash. Usually at this point in the night, it's very rambunctious as inside, but it's very quiet. The lights are on though.
I expect.
Squib will head inside.
Yeah, you guys go inside, and you do notice that there's not a lot of orcs here. A couple of them are drinking by themselves. The fighting ring is not active currently.
Squib will head up to the counter and go, "Can I get a room and a stiff drink, my friend?" If anyone's
orcs-
at the counter.
Well, yeah, the orc standing there's like, sure. What would you like to drink?
Something to help me forget the day. Not
Got
too
it.
picky.
You want a whole bottle? Or just...
I don't think I need the whole bottle. Just a few shots will do me.
Okay, he brings over a shot glass and he pulls out this clear bottle and just pours it in there. He's like, a lot of us need some of this today. And he pours himself a shot and just tosses it back.
It has been a difficult day.
Would I have heard that?
Probably. It's pretty quiet in here compared to times before.
So when I see him, does he put his shot glass back on the bar?
The orc?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll walk up and I'll take out my lifeblood. I have a fifth of lifeblood.
Okay.
And I
Oh
will,
wow,
and
that's a
I'll
deep cut.
and I'll ask for a shot glass.
He's like, okay. Sets it down.
And I'll pour 3 shots.
Okay.
And I'll say, this one's on us.
He's like, well, never been a fan of this elvish stuff, but I hear it gets you messed up. It's like drinking syrup.
And I will take a shot of lifeblood.
Okay. What is your alcohol tolerance? I can't remember everybody's individual.
15.
15. You feel it. The one shot, you feel it. Squib, did you take the first shot and then the second shot?
Yeah, Squib would have done one and then the other.
Yeah, the first one was basically Everclear, like moonshine. And what's your alcohol tolerance?
Squib's is like 10.
Okay. After the shot, the shot of lifeblood, you're just like, and you just pass out and fall off the stool.
Squib's okay with this.
And the orc behind the counter is like, whew, that stuff hits hard. He said he wanted a room. Did y'all want rooms?
Did he pay for his shot in his room yet?
No.
What,
Didn't get around to it yet.
What do what's your rate? What's your rate for the rooms?
For one night, is that all? That's all you need?
For now.
For now, yeah, we'll go with one.
Okay. Yeah, that's 2 gold for the night, and 5 silver for the shot that he just got. It's not expensive stuff, but it sure do get you messed up quick. Also, don't taste very good.
All right, I'll drop 8 gold on the counter for everybody. And 5 silver.
Size will just sleep in Squib's room.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I mean, it's not like Squib takes up a lot of space. And I'm sure orc beds are pretty damn big.
Yeah.
And I'll drop another at 5 silver.
Yeah.
I'll drop a gold. I'll drop a gold.
Okay.
Say this is for the fact that I didn't drink one of you.
Fair enough. He bites the gold and he's like, tucks the gold into his apron.
I'll show the bottle to Rog and Mordai and ask if they would like any.
I'll take a shot.
9.
I will ask for a shot glass.
Okay.
And I'll pour Rog a shot.
I will drink it. Rare alcohol drink for Rog.
Pretty sure you have the highest tolerance of the group, though.
19.
You still feel it, though. This stuff is intense. Also, you need to write down how much of that you've shared.
Yeah.
That's 3 shots.
4. He shared one with the bartender, and then Squib himself and you. So 4.
Fifth of lifeblood, -4. Minus
I forgot
minus
Squib
five.
got one.
I don't know exactly how many shots are generally in a fifth of alcohol, but that stuff is expensive. So
Well, how much is a shot? An ounce?
I have no idea. I don't drink.
Quick Google search says approximately 16 shots in a fifth.
I was about to say the same. There's about 16 shots in a fifth.
So you've used a quarter of the lifeblood, which Marcus, since you haven't really been around, goes for about 1,000 gold a bottle.
Oh, neat.
It's the good shit. Oh, just think, Captain Jack can get that shit too.
Why is the rum
Maybe,
gone?
Neat.
maybe
He might be
It's-
able to get some.
it literally comes from Teldrassil, so
Fine homage to our experiences as of late.
You have
Okay.
any mead?
yeah, of course.
I'll take a bottle of mead.
Oops, going potty. I'm going potty too.
He pulls out a mug and he's like, "You want a bottle, or
Yes.
it doesn't come in bottles?"
What's it come in, a keg?
Yeah.
Alright, then a mug is fine.
Okay. He goes to the back, and mead is kind of like the orcs' specialty. So pours a nice big mug, which is big to you because it's an orc-sized mug.
Perfect.
Mordai, anything you want to order?
Some bread and water.
So you want the bread toasted?
9.
All right. He goes and chops like a loaf in half, and a loaf about this big. Chops it in half, puts it on a plate, and pours you a cup of water.
Perhaps I will splurge a bit. Perhaps some fruit.
You got anything particular in mind?
Apples or pears.
All right. He goes.
He'll eat a whole
He actually heads
bushel
into
of
the back
apples.
and comes back out with a bowl, and it's got like mini pears. They're like this big,
Oh, they're so cute.
and just a singular big rich gold, like not a red, but a Fuji apple. But and there's like 3 of the small pears, and he's like, "Hey."
Dankish.
How much was the mead?
We'll say 2 silver.
I'll hand him a gold.
Darn rich folk just throwing money around.
Yeah, pretty much.
You never learn.
I mean, I got nothing else to spend it on at the moment.
Yeah.
Adventurers are terrible for the economy.
I'll take my mug to a table that is empty and sit down and start drinking it a little bit.
Squib is just lying on the floor, out cold. You guys are
I'll
just
leave him there.
stepping over him.
Yep. I'll leave him there.
I would pick him up, but I think in my current I don't think I could pick him up even if I wasn't fucked up.
Sizan's like, I'll take him to his room. He just kind of picks up Squib and throws him over his shoulder and carries him upstairs.
The best part is this: how much Squib's gear weighs twice as much as Squib does.
Yeah.
I mean, most of it's in a bag of holding, but like he's got like 112 pounds of gear, and he only weighs like 25 pounds.
Yeah.
Oh. I'll have a mead as well.
Fair enough. He pours you a mug.
Do you have any bread?
Yeah. You want it toasted?
Yeah, you got butter?
Sure.
Toasted buttered bread sounds great, right?
Yeah. He just goes
That
to
does
the
sound
oven
great.
and gets one of those like flat like pizza things that you slide bread into the oven with. Just puts it in there for a few minutes and pulls it out. Comes over with a stick of bread on a little bread platter.
Nice. Oh, yeah.
2 silver for the bread and
Antimical.
he should just tell you guys a gold.
How much for the bread and fruit?
5 silver.
What? 1 gold.
I only have gold pieces.
I
but
don't think Mordai has money like we do.
He's like,
Keep-
I got change.
keep the change.
Thank you, kindly.
Mordai has starting gold.
I was gonna say, Mordai, do you need financing?
No, I have enough for food.
All right. Come across any need. Doing this a long time.
He's been in hell where they don't really have a use for gold.
I don't know in Bin's hell, but I know in Faerun's hell, they use soul coins. Coins
Turns out-
forged from souls.
It turns out there's no conversion rate between soul coins to imperial currency. Soul coins? Soul coins are no good out here.
I need something more real.
Tangible money.
Not made from parts of someone's ethereal being.
Yeah.
Does anyone notice our existence at Prayer to Smash?
Make a perception check.
I should not.
You're the one who asked.
Squib will make one. Squib gets a 0. He's unconscious.
Would I be
Squib's in a
worried?
different room.
Should I be making active perception checks?
No, we just
No?
like to overplay every situation where
I mean, Arendia, you glance around and you see there's literally like one table with an orc. He's got like 12 empty glasses on the mugs on the table, and he's nursing the 13th a mug of mead, and he's like tipping back and forth, like about to go. There's another table with a half orc, just kind of sitting there, like eyes closed, hands behind his head, and just he's got an empty plate, like he just ate a bunch of food. That's it. It's not busy right now.
And what time is it?
Probably because of the tragedy. Probably around 9.
This is the part where Drunker India picks a fight.
That would be
Now,
so out of pocket.
that would be so out of pocket. I do a lot of things, but that's not one of them.
Man, this orc looks like a total bitch.
The
Hey, you!
No, he just likes to murder dwarves.
That's
Yeah.
more Squib's department.
So I would say I need to rest. Can't even fathom what happened to. So wait for if my friends say to not do that. Don't. Head to the bar. Give the orc there 2 platinum. Say the next couple of things for everyone in here are on me. I'll head up to my room.
He nods and takes the coin.
Mordai sees me, comes up and says, "You're just fucking giving away platinum."
Oh shit!
We got platinum for days, dude.
Actually, this is not a particularly greedy character.
No, neither are
Unlike
we.
Jeff.
That's why we.
Yeah.
That's why we
Maybe-
cause riots by trying to give money to
Yeah.
to people.
Oh, you're needy people. Here, have some coin. 2 people are now dead.
Your story.
Yeah.
So I sleepy now.
Whenever I finish up my meal, I shall pay the man and head to. Oh, actually, I already paid the man. I'm
You
just
already
gonna head to
paid the
bed.
man. Just go to bed.
Good.
Randy paid for your room. Everybody got their own room.
I will end up sleeping on the floor, like just back up against the wall in a sitting position. Not going to be a great rest. And I would take a point of exhaustion. That's cool. I'd mostly just need to recharge my spell slots.
So you just don't feel safe?
What?
Or is it a habit that you...
It would be more of a habit. He's more accustomed to sleeping on hard surfaces or wherever he can.
Well, then you wouldn't get a point of exhaustion because that's kind of just how you've been living your life.
Okay.
I mean, like, you push the bed up against the door, and you just, like... You
drag
like,
the dresser from
you
the
drag the
window.
dresser out so it's like sideways, and then you like lean up against the wall behind it and tuck your like tail and legs in so you can't be seen immediately when from the doorway.
There's pillows around me.
Not quite that far.
Yeah,
Just cover from the door if anybody were to invade your room, and blocking the door to slow them down.
Yep.
Because that's how you lived your life when you were in hell.
Yep.
And I'm assuming Rod goes to bed just like everybody else.
I will actually think back to all of the orcish music we heard the last time we were here during that
Okay.
big festival, and I'll pull out my harp and I'll try to, on the fly, freestyle a little lament for all of the people that were lost and incorporate the themes of orcish music.
Go ahead and make a performance check, or make an intelligence check first.
Well,
11.
11's not bad.
Yeah, then go ahead and make your performance check.
well, oh, I saw a 9 and I assumed it'd be a low roll, but I forgot I'm a bard.
You're a bard. Your rolls are gross.
With an expertise in performance, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what instrument are you using?
My harp.
Okay. Not the most orcish of instruments, but it sounds very good, very beautiful. Do you try to sing a song or just
No
play
words,
the music?
just the harp.
Imagining Rog playing Lamb of God on a harp.
After that, whenever I finished my mead, I would go home or go up to my room.
Yep. Everybody goes to bed. Long night's rest. Wake up in the morning.
We step outside.
Take a deep breath, and you get real high.
Yep.
Hey, yeah.
There it is.
Yeah. I said hey.
Um,
You do step outside, and it has become a dismal morning with a light drizzle.
Gross.
You don't like the rain.
I don't know.
I don't. It's
Is it
not
not
something
raining
I'm
now?
used to. Oh.
They do. It just usually it burns, whether it be acid or fire.
Just drops of lava.
Yeah.
Now the real question is: did Arendia switch one of his 6th level spells to teleportation circle when he leveled up, or did he not?
Because he's a sorcerer, not a wizard who can do that whenever.
Yep.
I mean, I guess we'll see. Because that would make it getting to Walden really easy.
Yeah, you guys have started learning about teleportation circles, and
Started.
yes, they just
Yeah.
recently learned about them.
Just because I can't cast teleportation. Portals are my speciality.
Now you're thinking with portals. Now we're cooking with gas.
But for all of the teleporting around I can do, I can only transport me.
Yeah. How
Anywho,
selfish of you.
you guys head out into the now drizzling, rainy morning.
Well, now what?
Oh, I got a long rest.
Squib wants to look to Mordai and go, "Hey, Mordai, you spent a lot of time in hell. How do you manage to not remember all the horrible things you've seen or done down there?" Might be a bit of a personal question, but having this fucking necklace around my neck is bringing back memories of all the horrible things I've done whilst while imprisoned by that damned wizard.
I don't really think anything I did down there was unjustified. Anyone I met would have done the same to me.
That's pretty badass.
I'm sure you've still seen some pretty messed up stuff. Like, how do you forget that?
I suppose I don't.
Damn.
So, it really does make the rest of the world seem so petty and trivial. People arguing about the throne. Fancy crown.
Well, you're now attached to people who are trying to take it for themselves. Well, not for ourselves, I suppose, but trying to take it from someone.
Yeah. I'm mostly interested because it affects far more than just who sits on the throne. It's this entire realm's existence may be at stake.
Yeah, he sucks.
He is a threat to all that lives.
So, what are we doing?
I don't think we'll be able to just walk back into Vilgen. Or not Vilgen, to Walden.
Walden? I mean, I don't see why we wouldn't be able to just walk back in.
The Inquisition would return.
Do we need to walk into Walden?
If we don't really have a plan for the dwarf mine yet, but if we were to find allies, I would think they're in Walden. Unless we want to just head straight to the mine and think of something on the fly.
It's the problem is I don't know anyone involved in. But if you have connections, then yeah, it would be worth stopping. And perhaps in the nearby village to the south of the mine.
It might be worth going there first instead, because if I remember right, we didn't really have. Nobody really knew anything about the mines in Walden. Now that I'm thinking about it.
That would make sense. It's easier to turn a blind eye to the tragedies of the world.
Yeah.
and cope with your own problems.
What are we doing?
If we're gonna start heading towards Fishtown.
Towards Fishtown.
Gonna start there, see if what we can figure out about the mine, because they're closer to the mine, and then go to the mines and figure shit out there.
Yep.
Okay. All right. What do we think about the Lich King situation?
I mean, he's not just because he wants to. He's doing this because he has to. So that,
He
and I
didn't seem
think,
to need our help, right?
not that I know of.
I think if we can leave him alone for now.
He seems like a swell fellow.
Okay. That was going to Fishtown. How are we getting there?
Well,
Our legs ain't broken.
It's a new concept for you, I know, but hear me out. We could walk.
very long journey though.
This is the first time I don't feel that we are entirely pressed for time.
That, and if we walk, we can avoid Walden probably easier than if we went down the river that goes right next to Walden.
Yep. Good stick close to the mountains.
Do we know if those mountains are dangerous at all, Ben?
The ones northeast of Walden? Make a history check.
15. Oh, goddamn, Ragnos.
Rog knows everything. He spent his childhood in those mountains.
Well,
I grew up there.
He grew up
He's-
in Walden.
He's still got a fort from when he was 12.
I know
The-
where we can find a rare mithril ore vein too.
No. The mountains are pretty treacherous. Most of the time, no one goes up there unless they absolutely have to.
So going up into the mountains would be pretty dangerous. I mean, what about like skiing around the bottom of them?
Yeah. What about the foothills?
There are stories of people being attacked by creatures that stray from the road.
There are stories of people being attacked by creatures that stray from the road.
So our best bet is to stick to the road. We may just inadvertently make better time, as it is safer and clearer.
I mean, have we really found anything that's super scary? I mean,
I'd
last
like to not find
super.
anything like that, personally.
Let's go. First, you suggest walking, and then you suggest walking over the mountains. Why not just
And not-
fly over the mountains?
I mean,
Why don't we
technically we
take the
could do
eagles?
that.
Fly, you fool.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
also
I got
do
it.
recall that the Inquisition army is on that road.
The Inquisition army is on that road.
Oh,
The ones you just chased from Mirkosh.
So maybe random ass creatures might be our better enemy.
perhaps. Maybe we follow the road until we start to catch up to the retreating army, and then divert off, head through the woods.
No woods.
That provides less cover. Hmm. Yeah, tell me about it, buddy. Stupid army. I just don't want to deal with their rear guard.
I can cast Wall of Thorns now because I have 6 level spells from my harp. We're almost at Windwalk level.
Almost. Boy, would that spell
Um,
come in handy right now.
Flying is sounding better and better. Or we walk as far as we can. In worst case scenario, we take off and fly.
How I feel about flying.
I don't know if we would gain much from flying, would we? I guess we could upcast. I could do it for 6 hours. I
And
assume we meant as dragons.
I guess it's ultimately up to you two.
It would be exhausting, and if we did run into trouble, we'd be less effective in combat. I think the trade-off of walking would be worth it, just in case. Because it seems like no matter which way we choose, we're bound to run into something.
I think we can handle the dangers.
Did you take teleportation circle when you leveled up, Arendia?
Oh,
Why would he be useful?
Why would he want to do that when he can just talk to people?
but
I mean, sending is a lower level spell, but
why are we going to? We're not going back into the city. We're fish town.
Yeah.
yeah, but we could teleport to
You
Walden
could save
and
a
then
lot of time teleporting to Walden and then leaving the city.
There's Bart.
Up in Whisper's Edge and Deepholm?
really far away.
He's probably busy.
Yeah, see, if he had teleport, we could teleport to him. And then he could teleport us elsewhere.
Teleport's a 7th
Brilliant.
level spell.
No, I took chain lightning.
Well, you could have switched out one of your 5th level spells for teleportation circle when you leveled up as a sorcerer, but you didn't.
My thought was, well, I only know of 2 of them.
Uh-huh. For now. But it's also one of them is in the upper city that no one knows about. How easy would it be? Oh, whatever. Trying to explain strategy to people. Oh boy.
It's great. Hindsight's 2020. Yeah, so do we want to? So we're just gonna start walking south then, or I guess east
On
then
the road
south.
again. I would like that. It's been a while since we've been on the road. It might do us some good.
Okay.
Head east, hope that we don't run into mission before we break to the foot.
Yeah.
All right. You head east out of town to the T that heads between Sevicern and Walden. It's slow going because the drizzle has turned the ground to mush. It's not a paved highway, it's just dirt.
I have
But
land stride, so I'm just like Legolas on top of the mud. Sorry, go ahead.
That doesn't help anybody else in your party.
No, it does not. Just like it didn't help anybody else when Legolas was walking on top of the snow. Come on.
So after a full day's travel, you make it to the T intersection to head south to Walden or north to Sevicern. You have not seen any Inquisition soldiers yet, but their passage has been heavily noted.
How recent do the tracks look?
About a day.
That would make sense.
It's all coming together.
Can we see the mountains?
I'm gonna get mind.
I mean, yeah, you can see the mountains in the distance.
Head east of the mountains.
I say we should.
We're here, so we could head south from here and just keep following the road. I don't think the Inquisition gonna come back. I'm pretty sure they're gonna hightail it just probably back to Walden.
Did we notice any evidence of the orc
Scouting party.
scout party?
If you're looking, make an investigation check.
Sure, I will help. We're gonna look for like 3 sets of footprints amongst 10,000.
3. No, you guys don't see anything that shows that there were orcs that followed the 75,000 human soldiers south.
Cool.
I'm off following the road. Even if the Inquisition has regrouped and is coming back this way after a day, which would be remarkable, we would likely bump into the vanguard before the main force. Or, what I'm expecting is we bump into the rear guard and just divert off the path before we have to fight anyone.
Sounds logical.
Let's do it.
Okay. Yeah, we'll just say that's where we end the session. No going over because of combat this time. But yeah, you guys are on your way to Fishtown, apparently.
Well, that doesn't sound positive.
Really
I'm
scraping
just sitting there going, God damn, I didn't think they were gonna go to Fishtown. I don't have anything prepared for Fishtown.
It's true, I don't, but that's okay.
really
You
scraping
didn't-
the bottom of the barrel for help.
you didn't get there yet. You've got a ways to go. So I've got stuff to plan. But yeah, I was expecting you guys to just either go back to Walden or spend a little time in Irkosh, and I was like, you didn't either. So I was like, okay.
We got quests to do and places to go.
Yeah, you do.
Also,
People murdered to
And
death.
Fishtown is neither of those things.
Yeah, but we could learn more there.
We're gonna
The
get there
wise
and Ben's
gold.
gonna be like, "It's a fishing village." We're gonna be like, "Is there anything interesting about it?" Anyone? There's fishermen here.
Yeah,
There's
that's
some
a
fishing
very
boats.
very accurate description of Fishtown, which is why it's called Fishtown.
They have a bunch of scrimshaw of knucklehead trout.
But they are the closest place to the dwarf slave mine. There might be somebody who knows something there.
It'd be
Who
an
knows?
underground railroad.
I'm not gonna tell you guys not to go there.
Then we can join the institution and the Brotherhood, and
I
don't know. The Brotherhood of Steel's kind of racist.
yeah, a little bit.
Kind of.
Okay, they're super fucking racist.
And the institution is all robot people. Like, what do you?
Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
I don't understand the references.
Just join the Minutemen.
Fallout.
You'll be fine.
pull out
No,
more.
because then they're gonna make you fucking run around and go help stupid people who you've put turrets all around everything. So once you get there, you just have a bunch of dead bandits to loot.
Okay, so you're complaining about the racists or the robot people, but the Minutemen are the problem? All right.
I just found them
Um,
annoying because they complain. They're like, go help this settlement. Why? It's surrounded by turrets. I watched the turrets mow down a Deathclaw. They're fine.
Yeah. Anyway, next week, if anybody doesn't have any issues, we will continue the journey to Fishtown.
Sounds good to
This
me.
should be good for next week. I'll be back
Okay.
from MagicCon. I will have stories.
Ooh, fancy.
Probably have stories. I don't know. It'll be the worst experience ever.
right.
It'll be great.
I'm jealous. What are you playing in standard right now?
Well, you guys can talk. I've got to get up extra early tomorrow, so I will see you all later.
Bye.
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 Bye-bye.
I haven't really been on standard much with the new set. Been busy with other video games.
I put together. I haven't played ranked standard on Arena since like a long time ago. But to get through like dailies and stuff like that, I put together like a red deck wins list that was like on whatever, like the meta, like the whatever.
There's some really good ones. Yeah.
It's a fun little thing.
Just turn cards sideways. Win
Burn
points.
cards sideways and then burn spells to the face. Fun.
It's something even Zach could handle.
Hey, I enjoy my slivers.
You're a
They're
menace
so
to
much fun.
society.
I am. My zombie deck isn't much better.
Mono white toxic is fun too. Now,
I haven't
after
tried that as standard yet. That might be interesting.
it's pretty quick. It can get off pretty quick.
I thought about seeing if I had enough slivers to do like a mono green sliver deck.
I'm trying to
Just-
think of all the
just
slivers
'cause.
that exist, and I don't know if there'd be enough to support a whole deck just running.
There's a lot of green slivers. One of the nastier, one of the slivers that gives them the biggest bonus is Megantic Sliver. He's green, and he gives them +3/+3. I have, of course, 4 of them in my deck.
Plus, there's the
You're a
toxic one.
menace to society.
I can get like I have a lot of the +3/+3, +2/+2, +1/+1, trampling, sidewinder, vigilance, death touch, first strike, a double strike, hexproof, indestructible,
Poison.
flying, reach, poison. Whenever the sliver attacks, exile X card until the sliver's destroyed. It's disgusting.
Fun.
I figured a sliver commander deck could come too, because I
think
mean
you need